If you do anything for me, just watch this video to the end. Am I the only one that gets this? Am I the really? I feel like every time I see coverage on Xbox and what they're doing with their first parties, it is in a negative light. And I understand that it's negative because people are upset about them coming to PlayStation and they're changing the norm of what think of exclusivity and gaming platforms. But I cannot be the only one that can see that these big brain plays, that big Philly, the guy that thinks everybody should be able to play everything is doing, and what will happen if we keep it going in this same manner. I cannot be the only one that thinks this way. It's common business sense. You sandwich in your competition to the point where they have to make a move that is hurtful to them. Do you guys not realize that Game Pass, that $20 subscription, them being able to not only use Game Pass but leverage Xbox app where you can buy your games and stream them without ever having to own the console? You just have to pay $20 a month. You already get Game Pass games, but if you buy games separately, you don't even need the console. You can use your phone, you can use your TV. You don't need to use anything else, and you can still play all their first party games. I cannot be the only one that sees that if they take out the lower end where you can't compete. Of course they can't compete with $20 a month. They can never compete with that low of a cost to have first party games and the console. And then you go to the higher end and you up the price. And you force your competition to think, yeah, we're going to up our price too. But their barrier of entry is not $20. Their barrier of entry will now be $700, $800, $1,000. While you still sitting down at 20, mid tier and high tier, you can go the whole gambit. Next time they're gonna make, we putting all types of extra stuff in our accounts. We're gonna make the most powerful thing in the world. $1,500. Everybody like, oh, that's stupid. Nobody's gonna buy that. But that's what they're gonna be able to do with their games. They're going to push the envelope while Sony has to still compromise in order to hit a certain budget. But they don't have to compromise on their console because they literally have a $20 entry. I can say 25, 30, 35, 40. It's still cheapest. I cannot be the only one that sees how if they continue to do these things, that it's going to be hurtful for the for PlayStation. Like, yeah, they got the game. Yeah, it's cool, they got it. But this is not the same. This ain't even, they not even playing in the same game no more. And y'all really think Phil just paid like, oh my God, I cannot believe people think he spent over. You think they spend that much money to play second fiddle? Am I crazy? Am I the only one that thinks this way? Where, like, they're literally sandwiching in the competition to the point where if they even make a move, they say for instance they try to make another game. Like we're finna see with Marathon and we're finna see with Ghost of Yotai. And they try to charge $80 for it. They still putting out $50 remasters every 5 seconds. This Gears of War Reloaded, it's $50. It's $40 actually. They're gonna keep doing those $50 games. They're gonna keep doing these things. That one $80 game, Ghost of Yotai, if it doesn't do well, you know how much that hits the bottom line. If they put out Gears of War Reloaded, South of Midnight, they put out games like Avowed, and they do terrible, it does not hit their bottom line. Am I crazy? I'm not crazy. No, I just have common sense. And I think that a lot of people just don't see the plays that are happening here. Like, if they keep going down the same path of that formula of 6 years of development while they try to make big games for you to sell their console to, they're going to consistently lose while Xbox is sitting there throwing the games over there to them for the crazies that want to go buy those expensive consoles, for the people that's on PC, for the people that's on the lower end and the mid tier. They're going to have all the whole gambit covered and still be sandwiching their competition in a way that they can't keep up with. You think that was cool what they did a couple days ago, where they raised the price? You think they was like, how do y'all think that they was able to get to that conclusion? They can do that. It's not tariffs. I'm telling you, it's not. They got to that conclusion because as they continue lower and hit the bottom line of $20 a month for people to play first party games and own a console, technically, it's cloud, but it's still owning. Technically, it's something that you can play their games on. And this other company that their level of entry is so high, and they're going to keep making it higher because as they can try to continue to compete with what Xbox can bring to the table on the console front, it's going to make them look bad. You know, they don't care if they keep raising those prices of those games because they're the ones that are going to be providing everyone the best option. If Sony doesn't come out with a subscription or something to bolster their platform to allow for people to game without owning that console, it's going to be bad. Same for Nintendo. Now Nintendo might be the only one that can kind of get away with it because it's Nintendo. Whatever they do with their first party games, people are gonna still buy it. But Sony is not the same. Y'all have to understand that. When you look at this, if you look at the big picture, Xbox is absolutely in the lead. Absolutely. Business wise, they have the only platform capable of going with the tides, ups and downs. They're the only one. You can see what happened with Concord. They decided to take the game off the shelves because it's doing so bad. I I cannot believe people really think that Phil spent all that money to play second fiddle. I said it in my old video. Phil Spencer is lying. Simple as that. Spending almost $100 billion on gaming studios to be third place. I think he's lying. He's lying. He's lying. And everybody's just like, no, he's not. Everybody, whatever. Oh my lord. Just if you're gonna take anything away from this, take away from this that Xbox has brilliantly played the the guys and the role of second lead for a long time. It's basically like they're drifting behind this vehicle for a very long time, pretending as if they are harmless. As the games keep coming, they can keep filling their pockets as a publisher, but then build their platform as something else. It's going to continue to look even worse for PlayStation. And don't gotta believe me today. In 6 years, when they're just putting out more God of War, and we have a platform here where I don't have to spend that much money, but I also get these very intensive, nice, cool graphic, whatever they kind of do with the cloud, plus their console that has no bounds anymore because they can just make you pay whatever they want without caring about the market share because they have the ability to put their games on the other console as well for you to buy it. It's going to be like apples and oranges. They're not even going to be comparable. And I don't get how people don't see that. Anyways, that's all I had. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. Do y'all actually think I'm crazy? Do y'all think that there is no point to this conversation? Do y'all feel like I'm missing something? Do y'all feel like no, that's not true? Do you think that PlayStation is in the upper hand? And if you think they're in the lead, tell me why. Tell me why. That's pretty much it.